Yes, now bless now, people. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Something about the Britons will never be slaves. This entire listen through goes out to British colonialism, and it goes out to the crown, the queen, the king, the aristocracy, Jimmy Savile. It goes out to a man like what's he called? Definitely Rod Stewart. Who's that guy? Oh, who's that singer-songwriter guy? I've no clue. I went to an art gallery a couple of years back in London, and someone were kicking off, an older lady. I can't believe they got rid of the painting of the Queen done by... Oh, what is... There was an Australian fella who ended up being a nonce. I don't know what happened to him. I think he's passed away now. Tie me kangaroo down, small. Tie me kangaroo down. And he was a Madden. He got done for kiddie fiddling, and I completely forgot who he was. And he was a painter as well as a singer. I think he was an overall just sort of entertainer guy. And she was mad. She was like, I know he's done wrong, but as if they've gotten rid of his painting of the Queen on display. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? So this entire listen through not only goes out to the man, the legend that is Jim, who recommended this on the Patreon, first and foremost, but second, it goes out to the royal family, all right, the greatest benefit scroungers of our time. The 8th Day Mourning is track number 3 of 9. We're listening to Solitude, Aeturnus. The album is Through the Darkest Hour. Give me a heavy riff. Give me a heavy riff. In 3 to 1, give me a heavy riff. Sounds like Fire and Ice, which is a great hardcore act. Or was a great hardcore act. I'm going to play you a tune during this, listen. Let me play you a riff, hold on. Let me just pause. I thought it sounded a bit like this, although I don't know if this is the song I was thinking of. But check this out. If you're a metalhead and you like riffs, I swear to you, I'm not of this earth. Da-da-da. I swear to you, this record, check it out, Fire and Ice, Not of This Earth. It's a great sound. It's a phenomenal sound, I'm telling you. Check this out, right? advertisement on the side, give £5 to Gaza, right? With all due respect, because sometimes, bruh, my friend told me about some dude studies, well, I'm not going to go into details, doing his thesis, right? And he was talking about how he was engaging with someone of a different culture. And he might have, like, conducted a microaggression. And it's like, just shut the fuck up. What do you mean a microaggression? I say that in relation to this. There's kids, I'm not saying Gaza in particular, worldwide, particular areas, if not everywhere, through own specific means, kids are preyed on. There's kids who haven't even formulated a conscious thought of their own at this point, and they're getting blown into pieces for the sake of politics or perversions of other human beings for the sake of nothing. And you think I or anyone else should give a fuck about a microaggression? Do you know where I'm coming from? With the injustice and the true devilishness in the world, maybe you're the devil yourself for trying to imply there's such value in such meaningless nonsense. And I know interpersonal relationships and, you know, expression of one's true feelings and thoughts are manifest through non-verbals and tonalities of the voice, and that I do know that, but like, if you actually give two fucks about hurting someone's feelings in that particular manner, it's like people die for nothing in this world for the sake of true evil, and you give a shit about that. But I say that to completely go against what I'm just saying. What do you mean give £5 to Gaza? Where's the money actually going? If I offered £5 to this company, which is sponsored on my feed, do you really think that £5 is going to go to... Do you think that whole £5 is going to go to something beneficial in Gaza? Do you really think that? I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. I don't think so. It's being sponsored, so how's the advertisement getting paid for, first and foremost? Where's the money for that coming from? And why is the money for the sponsoring of that advertisement not just going to Gaza anyway? Why can't they do it? It raises too many questions. No, that fiver will remain in my pocket, and if it goes to the homeless person on the streets, it gets to them first. I'll clean up my own shit. Clean up my own doorstep before giving a two fucks about anyone else, to be honest. Is that selfish? Who cares? All due respect to them poor innocent people who were harmed for the sake of not just politicised reason, but the spiritual warfare that exists in this world, in this plane. I'm going to go on a tangent here, but why the hell not? We always do, right? I was speaking with someone who's got their head screwed on as far as uncommon knowledge is concerned. And they believe that the way the world is down to a manipulation of the collective unconscious. Carl Jung believed there was a framework that we all coexisted within that we were unaware of, and this interlinks with the concept of archetypes and interlinks with mathematics, geometry, you know, Pythagorean stuff within reason, anything to do with geometry, you know, Pythagoras and, was it Euclid? Is that how you pronounce the name? Euclidean geometry and whatnot, and that sort of creates the framework of our universe, our existence, and gives us a depth into how the Matrix is orchestrated, right? Which is fascinating because, on a side note, if you look at a matrix, if you look at binary code, ones and zeros, the one represents the phallus, the male reproductive principle, and the zero represents the yoni, the receptive article, right? The masculine and the feminine, that which creates that which might be, given you abided by simulation theory. But yeah, this person I was speaking to believes like it was the media's purpose and those who utilize the media to create this reality, or this first stage of reality. You know, we can go all the way into interplanetary astrological means of controlling our perception of reality if needs be. David Icke and so forth believes that the planet Saturn serves as a radio transmitter which creates our reality, and the moon is man-made and utilized as an amplifier of such to further emphasize and concentrate the power of that control of reality, or our reality. But he believes the media's purpose is to create a toxic and poisonous generalized collective unconscious as to which we all reside, and why the world's sort of going to shit and always kind of has done. And then we go into the concept of louche farming, so interplanetary beings, interdimensional beings perhaps, that feed off of particular energies and frequencies, and those frequencies of a low level, so they eat off of the suffering of others, and that could be an explanation as to why. Blah de blah de blah. He's a Gnostic. He believes in or at least maybe not as a principle basis, but he enjoys the teachings of the Gnostics. So we are essentially in a prison planet, and we find our way out of this circumstance via understanding why and how we're here. And it's not too different from Buddhism as far as the wheel of life and samsara and moksha is concerned in the Hindu tradition, you know, escaping the endless recycle by finding enlightenment. There we go. That was a ramble and a rave, but yeah, I'm looking forward to educating myself with this. The secret teachings of all ages. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into there and picking up some cool stuff. I've been looking into a bit of Carl Jung as of recent. I got a bit of Hindu teaching and philosophy. I got a lot of stuff on Tantra that I haven't even cracked open yet. Never ends. But with all due respect, God bless to the people of the world who are suffering and they didn't ask to suffer, you know.
And
As of right now, I mean, if you're watching this on the YouTube, the time's long gone. It's probably, you know, it turns out it's all nonsense. But as far as like the Middle East conflicts are concerned, people are saying that Netanyahu's dead and that the media we're seeing of him at the moment is artificially created. But we've heard that with the majority of world leaders. I remember we had that with Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is. Apparently he was dead for a second because we didn't see him pop up. Numerous times Donald Trump is like supposedly being near death. It's sort of like a reoccurring instance where these rumours take flight. I had a brief stint with a lady. I can't even talk about it. I can't even go into detail. I was gonna come to the resolution of the story and say that she had like a perpetual smell of quavers. If you know the cheesy crisps quavers. I don't know if they're like a British snack in particular, but I won't tell you where the smell was, but it was just like 24/7 madness. And all the middle of that story, the start and the middle section, I'm going to leave out. Alright, I'm not going to go into detail. I was gonna, and then I thought, I can be politically incorrect a lot of the time, but this time around I probably shouldn't do that. And I was dating her, and we had a few to drink, and we were travelling from A to B on a train, and she was showing me, like, flicking through old photos of herself and stuff, showing me like a camera roll and stuff, and she bypassed this image of a nude like some dude must have sent her. I think that must have been the case, unless it was just like out of nowhere. My man had the biggest dingaling of all time, just bypassed it like it was nothing. And these were like images from like years back she was showing me. And I'm thinking, holy shit, this is still on your phone. That's a madness. I made a brief passing comment and I thought, whoa. Insanity. Insanity. Not that I was admiring, but I thought, geez Louise, I'm lucky I've got a good character. I'm lucky it must all be about personality, right? That's what I told myself. It must be about personality, right? She's only interested in a good personality, right? Quite comical. Remember, it's not about how big it is, and it's not about the motion in the ocean, it's about both, you flipping idiot. Don't lie to yourself. That was the 8th day, Mourning. That was the worst track so far, with all due respect. A little bit of a drag, a little bit of a ballad-esque number. I didn't mind it. It's overall an okay sound, but compared to the first two numbers were really flipping good. This one, nah, get to the riffs. We got the 9th Day Awakening coming up next. Let's see if we get to the riffs.